I had a very hard... After all, not...
That's a good thing, boss. Just how?
Even after I got inside the building, it wasn't easy. The guards, the security gates, if I hadn't met Mamoru at the entrance, I probably wouldn't even have made it to this office.
I know about Abyss, and I know it's trustworthy. That's why I let you through to talk to the president.
Anyway, I was surprised. I had heard of NICE, the secret organization, but I thought it was just an urban legend. I can't believe it actually exists.
Yes, there has been all sorts of gossip about us. Some claim we're a secret society of Satanists, or that we have something to do with a sequence of binary code that came from space. But that's all nonsense. Made-up stories that become more... Rumors are... NICE is a perfect... Our headquarters are located in New York. This is a common misconception. We are a group of like-minded individuals who act together based on a certain understanding of the universe.
And that...
The simulation...
That the world is an artificial simulation of reality. That's the...
You're saying everything in...
Yes. It's a false world constructed with specific rules by a program. And if it is made by a program to find these seams...
Why would you do...
If you tear at the seams of a cloth, it will unravel. And thusly, we will tear at the seams of the program until that is our ultimate goal.
This old hack has...
The intersection between the war... You will... It is a prophecy.
What is that?
It's a hand sign. It's mentorism. Considering the fact that you are here... Indeed. BATS 490 was an ARG. Just a game. But there was a high-level encryption hiding a message within. We have been seeking high... The purpose was...
So this QR...
I am aware of that bit. However, it's... I assume someone...
What do you think?
Do you mean the...
So you do... I'm actually here because...
Shikara...
No, we didn't have enough evidence.
I see. Shikara is up... Though this... When he left us, he became an avid believer in the Order of Percent.
Order of...
It's an organization that split. The Order of Percent is a religion. Despite our common roots, we are heading...
Then how did Chikara know that NICE...
I wouldn't know. Perhaps he asked in a... Judging by the way you asked that, I assume...
Well...
I was in Okinawa from the night of... I returned...
I checked the logs for... It's true.
So she...
As long as you presume Jin's body...
What is going...
Maybe she...
Her mind?
Maybe she...
That's the...
Non-upal. You know how there's single, double, non-upal.
So non...
Same so.
Did you know that Nizadlaws is derived from 9-exit lozenge? Lozenge referring to a diamond shape. By the way...
What is it?
Are you afraid?
Freyr?
I am asking...
What?
I will ask you... Are you...
Hey, Ryuki.
As I thought... Then Am I correct?
Ryuki, what?
Then please, if you truly... So, in other words...
Oh good. I thought that I could...
Wait.
What is an... What? Right.
It was written on...
Frey to... Frey can mean fight.
Remember their ultimate goal.
Miss Shigure.
We did not...
But the word Frey...
We of Nice are only involved... We are not... The word Frey being...
That can't...
Oh, after all, we... A fault... And such programs we call... Coincidences like this. The appearance of Jin...
What?
Are you...
It's a top-secret military experiment that's said to have taken place in the American city of Philadelphia on October 28th, 1943. A powerful electromagnetic wave was fired towards the USS Eldridge, a destroyer-class warship. Supposedly, the reason for doing this was to conceal the ship from showing up on radar. But as soon as the experiment began, something strange happened. The Eldridge was enshrouded in a greenish mist, then vanished. Afterward, it appeared at a military port in Norfolk, nearly 200 miles away from the shipyard in Philadelphia. Sometime later, it reappeared in its original position again.
So you're saying...
Well, it's not...
Yes, exactly. However, the story doesn't end there. When the USS Eldridge returned to Philadelphia, there were several sailors on board, but some of them had melted like a rotten banana, while others ended up with their bodies entirely burned and blackened. Others were said to have merged with the steel hull, their bodies having become a piece of the ship. Does that sound familiar?
You mean Jin? Are you saying his right half teleported here?
It isn't impossible. If a seam was torn, that is.
Impossible.
You like this park, don't you, Ryuki?
I feel calm when I'm around nature. It's like I can feel the buzz inside me quieting down. Tama, is something like...
Hey, I told you the Philadelphia...
How else? We can't deny that his right half's...
Then, why don't...
What do you want to go to the...
No need, just close...
My eyes?
Just do it.
What the? Did we teleport here?
Are you serious?
We're in studio...
It just seemed... Last night, I scanned every nook and cranny of the scene. While you're...
Wow, the corpse looks so real.
Want me to put a mosaic...
Uncensored is fine.
Now, less digressing, and your objective is to solve the mystery.
All right. Wow.
That's because I've...
What's this?
3 things. First, a mixture of potassium chlorate, sulfur, and red phosphorus. The fuse is coiled up and extends from there. By the way, the fuse includes an oxidizing agent, so... And finally, at the end of the fuse, this is a sub... When ignited, it creates heat of over 3,000...
The bottom part of the signboard is stuck pretty deep in there.
There's a bit of a curve at the tip. Kind of like a man's... You know what?
Couldn't you have compared it to...
Well, whoever stuck it in,
Of course not.
it's useless and... No.
It's a signboard.
Yeah. Looks like it's theirs. Maybe... These aren't good. The questions for... Like I mentioned yesterday, based on the time his corpse appeared, it should be about 40 hours ago. Rigor mortis seems to be fading already. It's not completely gone yet, but the body has somewhat softened at this point. It should take more time to get to this stage if it's been on a rooftop in the winter. That's why I think this corpse was kept indoors, someplace warm.
Getting a better look. It's like a spider's thread.
My analysis concludes graphene sheets with a thickness of these were rolled into a diameter a single nanometer.
What?
That's because this thread is made by bundling multiple CNTs. I've also enhanced your visions. By the way, they're elastic and hard. Anyway.
That way. Over by that red lamp. What's this?
It's the light.
The CN...
Okay, using the clues we've...
You mean the mystery of how... That's what you're talking about.
Yep. Let's get on that first thing, about that power outage when the body appeared. Was it really just a power outage?
I was wondering about that too. The lights came back on way too quickly. Plus, if the power did go out, the stream should have cut out at the same time.
But the stream went on, no problem.
So it wasn't an outage. The lights were switched off.
So how did the lights get turned off?
Well, I think I know what did it. There were bundled CMTs tied to the body. They were routed through the ceiling.
But a dead body can't pull...
No, from the ceiling.
Now that you mention it, I thought I heard...
The body fell from the ceiling and tugged on...
So on to the next question. The corpse was hidden up in the ceiling, right? Then how did it fall?
The culprit must have been hiding when the time...
A simple answer. I've already Can you think...
The body must have been placed up in the ceiling like it would stay up there while... But as time passed...
And that's... Now, for the fine... Why did the...
Well, that can be explained by you... It's the ignition agent combusted from the impact of the body hitting the ground. The fire went up the coiled fuse and onto the substance that triggered a thermite reaction. The substance was eventually ignited, causing a huge explosion.
So that interval between the fall and explosion was because of the time it took for the fire to reach the end of the fuse. I get it. It was hard to find traces of that trick because it was such an analog method.
All right, I think we're starting to figure things out here. So you can turn off this VR space now.
No, not yet. That was just a rehearsal. We still have the main show.
What do you mean?
We're recreating the culprit's actions.
Are you telling me to do that?
You're the only actor here, aren't you?
Actor?
So, I'm Tama, the director and camera operator. Now that I'm in the director's chair, I'm not going to tolerate shoddy acting. So keep that in mind.
Are we recording something?
Of course we are. We're testing a theory here, so we need to create something that can be viewed objectively.
I have no idea what you're going on about.
Shut your stupid mouth, you third-rate bit part actor! Are you too much of a moron to figure this out without the director having to tell you everything?
But...
Just zip it and play the culprit. If we're doing this, we're going for the Academy Award.
Macadamy? Like, the nuts?
Enough! Let's get this started!
Ready? Action!
Hi! I'm, the culprit who killed Jin. Now, prepare to witness an amazing show featuring this corpse.
Not only is your acting amateurish, but I don't even understand what kind of character you're trying to play here.
I am an amateur.
Well, this is just the beginning, so I'll give you a pass for now. Let's start with the positioning of the body. Where and how was it placed?
Well, it was right here. The body was placed so it was hung like a bridge between two beams.
You can place it like this because it was stiff from rigor mortis. So that's how they did the light trick.
Carbon nanotubes, CNT, were tied to the body. The CNT went up the beams and extended downward, onto the light switch.
CNT is too thin to be seen with the naked eye, so no one noticed it.
I've got it all set up. Now I just need to wait for the rigor mortis to subside.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in character?
Boy! I sure hope the corpse gets softer soon! It needs to be soft and squishy! Like an octopus!
This scene makes no sense. I'm cutting it out.
You made me do it!
And after time passed, rigor mortis began to subside.
The body falls, and the impact sets off the ignition agent inside it. The fire travels up the fuse line.
Soon after, a staff member turns on the lights.
Bam! A body appears, as if it teleported in out of nowhere. Sometime later, the burning fuse inside the body reaches the explosives. And that is the truth behind the corpse's sudden appearance and explosion!
Cut! Good work! I got some nice footage of the reenactment.
I still don't understand why the acting was necessary. It all makes sense now. That corpse didn't teleport here after all.
Of course it didn't. Though the culprit obviously wanted it to seem that way.
Half of a body just suddenly appearing out of nowhere. Just like the Philadelphia experiment. Someone went through all that trouble to make it look like something strange occurred.
I think they also wanted to draw as much attention as possible to that sign. All so they could spread that QR video. Their goal was to make it seem like a supernatural phenomenon. That's why they couldn't leave the CNT on the scene.
Because it would give away the trick?
Right.
So that's why they caused a thermite reaction and destroyed the CNT. The culprit must have wanted the body to fall during the live stream, right? It would have been pointless otherwise. But could they really predict when rigor mortis would dissipate so accurately?
The culprit didn't put the corpse up on the ceiling beams while it was completely stiff. It had to have been after the body had started to soften, just slightly. That way, they could estimate that the body would fall in a few hours or so. The stream was scheduled for a whole 6 hours. The culprit was fine as long as the body fell sometime during that period.
That body fell from the studio ceiling. If it fell sideways when it landed, the culprit's plans would have been ruined.
Yes, like you said, it would have been pointless unless the sign was standing erect. Just like a man's you-know-what.
Again with that joke? Besides, it is not useless when it's not erect.
Exactly.
What?
There was another purpose to the sign. It's the same reason darts and rockets have tails.
I get it. The cut surface would naturally face the ground because of that sign. It was meant to control the body's posture as it fell. So, to wrap it all up, The culprit's motive. I wonder why Jin was chosen.
Who knows?
Where could his left side be?
It hasn't been found yet. Anyway, starting our search with the people who might have the intel we need is the #1 rule of investigation, right?
Like who?
Jin's right half was up in the studio ceiling the whole time we were shooting the show. There must be someone who knew about it, or at least noticed it.
You mean... the director, Jinpei Wagai.
Right.
Where is he now?
I've tracked him down using his smartphone GPS. He's in Akihabara right now, at the Maid Cafe Sunfish Pocket.
There he is!
Ah, shit!
Damn!
Ryuki! Ryuki!
Firing your gun in here? Are you insane? There are customers and staff in here!
My bad.
An apology is not gonna cut it!
Several people have called the authorities. The local police should be here soon.
Hey, can't you just let me go?
What?
I told you, my girl's pregnant, right? I can't go to jail! That's why I accepted his offer in the first place. I need to accept some guy. I don't know his real name. All my contact.
What did he...
He said...
The director of Horodori Institute of Genetics, Chikara Horodori.
Mr. Date told me about this shrine. I've been...
Are you?
What do you mean?
I feel like...
I'm fine. More important, I just need to...
Yeah, you are technically...
Thanks. It's perfect.
I learned how to do 3D modeling in a correspondence course. Back when I was a... Were you?
I'm not!
I'm sorry, Ryuki. This might free or something while you hear. The thing this corpse is... It has no guts!
What?
I know. That was so bad. The joke was over before I even said it. But I just had to do it. I mean, look, the corpse is completely missing its guts. I couldn't let this chance pass me by. Chikara's right side. The cross-section is stuck right onto the blackboard.
What's the estimated time of death?
Based on the time the body was discovered, that would make it about 4 hours ago.
So, around 8 p.m. on February 11th. Right around the time we were meeting with Tokiko.
Looks like there aren't any other clues here.
I think he was lying about the money. Terror probably wanted someone to find Chikara's body.
You mean he wanted Chimpei to find it?
Not necessarily. It might have been for the police. Terror might have predicted that someone from the police would contact Chimpei. That's my assumption. I can't think of any other suspects.
Just who is this Terror?
I wouldn't be having so much trouble if I knew that.
It can't be Tokiko, can it? Tokiko was with me at Chikara's time of death, and she was in Okinawa during the incident with Jin.
Yeah, at the very least, it seems unlikely that she did it personally.
But something has been bothering me. I feel like Tokiko is involved somehow. Chikara was a member of NICE, and he knew about Bats 490. That's not all. The appearance of Jin's corpse was made to seem like a paranormal phenomenon, as if the same thing from the Philadelphia experiment had happened.
After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation. A false world created by a program.
Could she have done all this to give her claim credibility?
I don't know, but it's possible.
I checked the footage, but I didn't see anyone suspicious. Of course, that place is huge, so there are plenty of areas the security cameras don't cover.
Any cameras on campus?
None. Do you remember what Gen said? The security at Sekiba High is completely lacking.
In any case, let's go see Tokiko. I have to talk to her.
Understood. We've come this far. I'll back you up until you're satisfied.
I've been expecting you. I thought you would be arriving soon.
What do you mean?
I knew you would come see me.
I've solved the mystery, Miss Shigure. Jin's right half didn't teleport. It was just made to seem that way. It should have been obvious when you think about it. Teleportation? It's impossible. We live in a simulation? This is a fake world created by a program? Impossible. Simulation theory is nothing but occult nonsense. Just a ludicrous myth like UFOs, ghosts, and Kappa. I'm sure there are people who'd like to believe in these things. And there are groups who profit by making people believe.
Mr. Ryuki, it appears as though there's been some misunderstanding. We of NICE have nothing to do with this.
Are you sure about that? All the pieces would fit together if NICE is the one that made the QR video. The falsified paranormal phenomenon. What was written on the signboard. It all advances your agenda. Could it be that you wanted to spread the QR video by showing that sign along with the corpse on stream?
As I've told you, we are not the ones who made the QR video. What is the purpose of the QR video in the first place? Are you saying there is some message urging people to join NICE in it?
As you know, this is the President's office at the NICE Japan branch.
The world is full of rubbish. Such things should all be washed away. That was my thinking when I designed this room.
You designed it?
Yes. The flow of water cleanses one's heart, just like the flow of time.
Not really. She's a kind woman. But I obviously wouldn't tell you even if I did know something. As her secretary, it's part of my job to protect her secrets.
Mamoru is an excellent employee who faithfully fulfills his duties. I have complete trust in him.
I'm honored to hear that. I respect you from the bottom of my heart as well.
Gag.
These aren't... It's a fairy...
What a deep...
No, I don't.
Then do you know about Terror?
I've heard that name on the news, yes. This is about the culprit, is it not?
Yes, but...
I have absolutely no idea who it could be. I'm sorry I can't help you, but... I know of the incident, of course. However...
Yes, I know you have an alibi. We were here, having a conversation during the time of Chikara Horadori's death. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're completely innocent. You are the president of NICE. Surely you have plenty of subordinates who can do your bidding.
Are you implying I ordered someone to kill him?
It's a possibility.
And what would be my motive?
Well...
Remember what Tokiko said. Chikara Horadori is an avid believer in the Order of Percent. Their order and NICE are heading in completely different directions.
Perhaps NICE and the Order of Percent are hostile.
I see. You're suggesting there was a conflict between organizations. It is true that NICE and the Order of Percent have differing beliefs. However, we are not at odds with one another. Both organizations believe in the simulation theory. In that respect, we are comrades. We are living in a simulation, and from this on the other, we are living in a simulation. But they wish to
Forever.
Mr. Ryuki,
A game that lets you raw, an absurd, heinous game where you can...
I've never played...
then the order to them, this place is a...
That's why...
Exact.
I get it.
In theory, using purge. The ultimate dream. What do you think?
I am aware that however, one must return. By the way, Mr. Ryuki, do you remember what you said earlier? Simulation theory is nothing but occult nonsense. That is clearly false. The simulation theory is not occult. It falls within the realm of science. In fact, many esteemed scientists have given serious thought to the matter. The theory was originally proposed by a Swedish philosopher. However, the concept has been around since long ago, even as far back as the days of Plato and Zhuangzi. This world may be an illusion. At least, there is no way to prove it isn't an illusion. There are great people throughout history who have held such ideas.
But there's no way to prove it is an illusion either, is there?
No, there is plenty of science to support it. The holographic principle, theory of relativity, the measurement problem in quantum theory can also be considered proof. Even light cannot escape a black hole. I'm sure you've heard this before. Information is the same. It cannot escape a black hole. It's known that the amount of information trapped in this way is not derived from the volume of the black hole, but the surface area. Considering this, you can conclude that information in a three-dimensional space is stored in the boundary of its two-dimensional surface. In other words, all information stored in this universe is encoded in a single flat plane, just like a hologram. Regarding gravity and other physical processes, they can be completely accounted for through the laws of physics defined by the boundary surface. Let's take a character from an action game, for example. When that character falls, you may think he was pulled to the ground by gravity. However, gravity does not actually exist in the game world. Only code that was written in the program. The character's body is merely made to show as if it fell based on its code.
You think this world is the same?
The holographic principle is not a theory. It is a principle. It has already been mathematically proven. I see. Then let us leave it at that. In any case, but unlike Chikara, because my
So you...
No, though I would be...
Because...
There is, however... If I can resurrect. We are living in a... Therefore, if we like reincarnation, or even bringing someone who has already passed back to life.
Has this woman lost it? Ryuki, there's clearly...
Yeah.
I saw everything. If you don't do as I say, I'm sure you know where this is going.
What is this?
Looks like Tokiko is blackmailing someone.
What is it she saw?
I don't know. This is as far as we can get through Link Sync.
Then...
Yes, let's get a deeper look into her mind. Using a regular sync.
Ryuki, just to confirm, you did get permission, right?
Yes, she accompanied me voluntarily and...
No,
I haven't seen...
It's fine.
Besides,
I'm fine. I need more leave.
But you... I'll help you for now. Look, Ryuki, please just don't cause any problems. You can only stay... I absolutely...
Yes, understood.
Okay then.
I wonder if this is the Nye's president's room. It's really white, though.
Let's make an acronym poem with the letters for Nyes.
Where the hell is this coming from?
N.
Okay. Not that I know why.
A.
Angry!
I.
Incoming?
X.
Shingu River Ray.
Not that I know why. Angry incoming Shingu River Ray. The Shingu River Ray. Such a kind animal.
Angered by humans polluting waterways, I guess.
Somnium scan, activate!
This is such a quiet place.
Maybe that's Tokiko's mental state. Pretty eccentric. Hopefully we can find something here.
Looks like we can only interact with that ripped up book.
Right. Let's investigate.
A book of Nye's teachings. Why is it ripped in half?
Does it say anything?
Yeah, just one phrase. The intersection between the warp and weft. The rest is ripped off.
I remember Tokiko saying something like that.
The intersection between the warp and weft, that's where the seam can occur. Right?
I wonder what she meant by that.
Who knows? Why don't you join NICE to find out? Anyway, that's about all that we can get from this book. When did this get here?
What does it say?
That's where the seam can occur. Combining it with the book from earlier, the intersection between the warp and weft, that's where the seam can occur.
That's exactly what Tokiko... If it's coming out in her Somnium.
That's just what we saw in the wing sink.
I can't really make out what happened, though.
It was just
Maybe the key to solving this Somnium has to do...
the intersection between the... I don't know about that.
I don't think it's complete...
The next...
Do you see anything?
seems a lot deeper.
Let's dive...
What?
Yeah!
But it's... What if there's an angry...
Enough with the complaint. You don't even need to...
Fine. Why do you always gain this... That was surprising. All of a sudden, we're out of the water.
We fell...
But we ended up... Oh, look!
Let's check it out.
This one's not ripped. Just another single phrase. Where the black light gathers, sadness is born.
Where the black light gathers... Whoa! Skulls? Why is Tokiko thinking about this?
Wait, I sense something.
What is this thing?
Huh. They're not doing anything.
Maybe that's the black. Let's just search the room for now.
Yeah, if we can't find anything, we'll reread the book and think through our options again. It's a skull. It's normal-sized.
It's an adult skull. What is it doing here?
It's a skull.
What can this...
A skull. It looks ordinary.
Is Tokiko into
Knowing her, This one is...
Again?
He looks like he's...
Huh?
disappeared. I wonder what...
What was that?
Ryuki.
Oh,
Looks like the book where the black light gathers sat...
after the sink.
Did you see that? It became Shoma for a split...
Why Tama!
You make it sound like I'm
Ryuki, you have 5 minutes remaining.
It's the same room again.
If this is the same as...
It says... where the water...
More metaphors, huh? It must be some kind of hint, like last time. It's a hand. And this.
The non-upal X symbol.
I remember Tokiko mentioning it.
I'm curious about the water and ideas flow part.
Anyway, let's check inside.
Yeah, if we get stuck, we can read the hint again and figure it out. How should I...
When in Rome.
Huh?
Anyway.
Huh?
Anyway.
It lit up.
This world is a...
Was that...
It sounds... Nothing is happening.
Maybe this isn't anything.
Four minutes remaining.
Where the water and ideas flow. What does...
This room is kinda like those lazy rivers.
I've no...
Oh, anyway. I think...
So...
Well, it's the only... Tokiko's... So she does have a relation.
It looks painful.
I have a bad feeling.
You have 3 minutes left. Get it together, Ryuki.
It's the same room again, but vertical?
This is really messing with my sense of balance. How far does this room even go?
Another book. Hopefully this is the last.
It says, when the eyes are met, death is born.
Death?
Maybe our focus... The book...
Do you think that's what it's...
Maybe.
You are an Tama. Why don't you lock eyes with it?
Are you trying to kill me?
Then...
It's a red book of...
It hasn't...
It's... Got it.
This should do it.
A red book. Got it.
Ryuki, less than 2 minutes left. Be careful.
big eyeball.
Like I said, so what? Ugh. And I...
You have less than a minute left. Hurry!
An eyeball. It's a new book this time. Okay. It's another... Okay.
30 seconds left!
It's another...
You got some ball.
Thanks. But there's no...
Doesn't look like...
Hmm? There's something there.
Let's go.
It's almost time.
Huh? Joking. So she does
Maybe.
love.
Let's look at that.
You have 3 minutes left. Get it together, Ryuki.
The red. This book.
Ryuki, Less than 2 minutes left. Be careful.
A closed. An eyeball. It's a
If we turn it around.
A red book. Got it. It's a new.
You have less than a minute left. Hurry!
You got some.
Thing?
Ryuki, you're out of time!
It's almost time.
Huh? Toki. So she.
You have 3 minutes left. Get it together, Ryuki.
It says, when the eyes are met, death is born.
Death?
Maybe our... The book and an eye.
Do you think that's what is meant by eyes are met?
Maybe it's talking about me.
You are an eyeball. Tama, why don't you lock eyes with it?
Are you trying to kill me? It said death is born.
Then, when the eyes are met is... a big...
It's a red book.
It has an...
It's filled with eyes. Got it. An eyeball.
Ryuki, less than 2 minutes left. Be careful.
A red book. It's a...
You got...
Thanks.
You have less than a minute left. Hurry! "30 seconds left. Ryuki, you're out of time.
It's almost time.
Huh? Joking. So she...
You have 3 minutes left. Get it together, Ryuki.
A big...
It's a red... Got... An eyeball.
Ryuki, less than 2 minutes left. Be careful.
A red book. It's a... It's another... Manipul X.
You have less than a minute left. Hurry!
Wait.
"30 seconds left. Ryuki, you're out of time!
It's almost time.
Huh? Choking.
So... That was a... But we ended up... Oh!
Ryuki, you have 5 minutes remaining. Four minutes remaining.
A bit.
And I.
You have 3 minutes left. Get it together, Ryuki.
Arrest.
This.
It's a new.
Ryuki, less than 2 minutes left. Be careful. You have less than a minute left. Hurry! "30 seconds left.
It's fine.